It's Saturday at 6 p.m. and I'm sitting alone in my apartment at my desk staring at my computer. Like 99.999% of every other Saturday. I've never had a friend that I would just spend time with and tell everything to. And it's been 2 years. I haven't made a single friend. And there was a girl I met on Bumble, but I never went anywhere and she moved. And you know what? It's my fault. Because, you know, I complain about not having anyone, but this...
I think that has to be the choice, and it's I wouldn't call that meta, but it at least starts playing on the themes that make you think of Metal Gear Solid, like, you know, taking in the real world and existing in that space between audience.
Based on Princeton Pike, Fort Thomas Line Road.
Again, if anyone hasn't seen The Guest, where he sexually menaces a town and then kills everybody, but I mean he's a weird, creepy guy in that. I don't know. He fits perfectly into that range of like smug antagonist sort of guy,
and stuff like that. That could be fun. And or if they do, the camera in MGS-V is completely unhinged because Kojima's dedicated to this single take kind of aesthetic for all of Phantom Pain, but like that's kind of aping what they did in the first Metal Gear Solid game, where when you lean up your back against the wall, it's not like you cut to a different... I think it can be well directed and well acted, but Metal Gear has a certain alchemy that can't be ignored. Some of it comes from how it invokes the medium, uses every part of the console and controller, and I can very much see it just like being a soulless recreation by Hollywood, kind of what's going to happen with this Uncharted movie.
Yeah, and something you mentioned before I'm thinking about now for the last minute or so is the horniness of this is going to be gone, right?
It might be horny, but it might be horny in that Snake will make out and have a sex scene and not have the weird horniness of like Mei Ling dropping her pencil and Johnny Sasaki trying to check her out while Meryl hits him.
Nice to me. No, they treat me like an asshole. Mom, please, I don't want to go. No! Mom, I'm not going.
Head northeast on Princeton Pike,
Please,
Fort
Mom,
Thomas
I'm
Line
not
Road.
going.
But it's just like there are plenty of people that I want to, that I would love to see other people get a role at. Because again, the Metal Gear Solid movie is not going to be pulling in. If they pull in Timothée Chalamet, basically everyone else is getting like working for under $1 million on this film. So, but he has good twink energy, and I think that's very important to writing. Is to have good twink energy.
Yes. He doesn't have to have that color hair. I don't think that's necessary.
Yeah. Which might be a fine line to walk, but I think Metal Gear, at least the original, couple games, really does it well. Let's see, what else do I have on here? We definitely need an enemy special forces unit. I was thinking, how could we do it so it's
what's it called, different fear, the pain in the end. And the best I could come up with is if they named the enemy special forces unit after various movie or
a lack of accomplishment, a lack of moving forward with your life, a lack of fulfilling any ambitions or dreams you might have had. In regards to my current state of depression, anxiety, and general restlessness and irritability, which I really suffer from, I think a lot of it comes from past regret, lack of things that I've followed through with in my life, constantly giving up on things. Although I think I've done quite a lot in my life, I can't help but feel like I'm stuck. I'm stuck in the same pattern. And although I've traveled the world and I've seen everything from Brazil to China to Indonesia, I've been to all these places and experienced a lot of things in my life, I still feel like my life is lacking and missing a lot.
We're a community of over 22,000 doctors. We've practiced at all.
One of the main things is I'm 37 years old now, and I don't have any friends at all to speak of, not one single friend. And I used to have friends, you know, when I was younger I used to have friends, and throughout the years, throughout all my travelling and all this stuff, I've met people, and people have just came and went, and the good friends that I had here back at home, they just all disappeared, got their own families, and they all have children and wives and all this, and I find myself just back home in the house that I grew up in. I've been in this house since I was a little baby, basically. I'm stuck here where I was born, in the same house, 37, alone, no children, no wife, and everyone around me seems to have moved on with their life, and I'm stuck here, like...
I have a question to ask you. If you saw somebody on a scooter going across a crosswalk for pedestrians, do they have the right of way? I mean, I wouldn't run them down, of course, but what do you think of that? With no lights on. It's electric scooters. I don't know if they're supposed to be cars or...
Their claim to fame is owning a game engine that licenses to companies.
That probably fit in their business plan. Her company was the start of what you're doing, wasn't it? More or less?
I don't know. Yes, it was. I think so.
Fallout 3 I played on Xbox 360, fucking helicopter mode, loud as fuck, like 3-minute load screens where you smoke an entire joint, and it, like you go fucking make an origami shape fucking dove or something. It takes so long.
I was so young that I was just literally playing with the analog sticks, moving that shit around and like reading those fucking like moving the analog sticks for Skyrim at least. For Fallout 3, you just have to read tips and look at like magazines.
What about the tip?
Just the tips.
Just the Fallout tips.
Dude, I used to be an asshole who used to read everything on the computer screens.
What? For real? Dude, you're a sociopath. That's like driving the speed limit in Grand Theft Auto. And then, like, go to one place, go in that door, leave, come back, and then go in the Nuka-Cola door before I'm going. You know how fucking angry I was? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
we're all practically beta testers that don't hand in our homework.
But it's such a good game. Like, when a game is that good as New Vegas, I forgive a shitload.
Yeah.
Hi everyone, I've got no idea if you can hear me or not because I haven't recorded a video in a very long time. But I'm Mr. Gaming Guitarist. Of course, you already know that because the only people that watch my videos now are people that have always been watching me. Not that that's a complaint or anything. It's just the way the cookie crumbles. Let me get to a parking spot. Here we are, in place of the light, street light. That's not good. Okay, here we go. All right, so I never know what I'm going to say whenever I make a video now. I just press record and let all of my thoughts out. So, the last few months have been difficult. I mean, fuck, my whole life has been difficult, but you already know that. The one thing that I wanted to talk about today, and it's really been bothering me. I have mentioned this a few times in the past, and I don't care if this sounds embarrassing or not, because at this point, life has kicked me in the ass so many times, I don't give a shit anymore. I'll just say it. I think maybe I've said this before, maybe I haven't, but anyways. It's gonna sound, it's probably very fucking obvious just by looking at me, but I'm 27 years old, never kissed a girl on the lips before, which of course means I'm a fucking virgin, which of course means I've never had a girlfriend before, never dated anyone before, and it fucking kills me. I'm not gonna lie, it does kill me a lot. It hurts me a lot on the inside because it feels like every single day I see couples that are my age. And at this point, once, the average American turns 27 years old, they should have, at the very fucking least, have had at least one fucking kiss on the lips with a girl they like. It doesn't make any goddamn sense, because this one thing feels like it's holding me back in life, because it makes me feel a lot lesser than other people. And I know I've made videos in the past talking about my experience with major depressive disorder, and I have no doubt that these feelings of feeling lesser than everyone else for never ever, for never having kissed a girl on the lips, or for being a fucking virgin at 27 years old, all of this stuff, it could be a factor of the depression. Pretty sure it is, but nonetheless, it still makes me feel like complete shit. And there are times in the past, and believe me, this is not for lack of trying, because
Did you know that for just $9, you can go from this to this without breaking a sweat? I
have been able to get different girls' phone numbers. You know, I've gotten at least fucking 10 or 20 different phone numbers where I see a pretty girl when I'm out in public, and then I just talk to her, say, hi, my name's Jaron, how are you? And then, you know, have a good conversation, and then we exchange phone numbers, and then that
of your dreams. Call your travel agent or 1-800-SANDALS.
At the time, including your own player input and all that, it's actually one of the best Metal Gear Solid set pieces. If you like take out like a normal boss fight or stealth sequence, I think it is one of the best set pieces. And then the Shagohod will engage its rocket boosters, and it'll be literally right on top of you, which is another thing I like, is just the speed of it and how it goes from the back, the background on the screen and just kind of shoots up and is right on Snake and Eva. It just looks cool, and the kinetic feeling of it is just very energizing and tense.
Well, one of the reasons I think the Shagohod is my favorite Metal Gear in general is that they spend a lot of time talking about how advanced they are and how, but like when you fight them, they're just big robots that jump, they just like stop around. They don't like the way they talk about Metal Gear Ray. It shouldn't be physically possible for one person to defeat one, never mind like 12. But it just kind of sucks. Like maybe it's not designed to fight, infantry, but still. Whereas I think everything they talk about the Shagohod doing, except for launching his missile, it does in the fight. Like it's very. I mean, it's an implausible vehicle. Like it wouldn't be able to move in real life, but it's less implausible than some of the Metal Gears end up being. I think I like that a lot.
Yeah, because I mean, literally Metal Gear Ray is part kaiju at points where it's kind of floating and whipping its tail, and I mean, obviously they kind of explained it, and the technology's all make believe, so it's not a big deal. But the Shagohod definitely feels grounded, but also more effective in a way, and I think that really comes through. And I think it helps that it's kind of built around a 60s idea of a super tank as opposed to the Metal Gear idea that was just Kojima carrying on that meme from his first and second title, essentially.
Yeah.
And I like to play these sequences non-lethally, or I mean these games non-lethally. I would prefer to use real weapons for these sequences, but I still end up using mostly the Mark 22 and occasionally some stun grenades. I have read online that you can use whatever some tenseness to it, but I wouldn't say it's difficult. I don't think I've ever really got to the point where I died during the sequence, regardless of how many guards I'm taking out. And then lethally, I would say, I go to town with the M9 machine gun or RPG. The RPG, you do have to reload after each shot.
I'm 23 years old. I'm pretty decent looking, I guess. I used to think maybe I'm ugly or something, but after the comments I received on my previous video and how many people pointed it out, I guess I'm decent looking, I guess. Like, I'm kind of handsome. That's what people said. I don't know. I'm relatively fit, just a young dude. And I've never had a girlfriend. I've never been close with a girl. And it's a really strange feeling because I always think to myself, like, what have I done wrong? What do I do wrong? Like, I don't understand what I do wrong. It never seems to work out. Growing up as a kid, I was really shy. I had behavioral issues as a little kid, so people thought I was weird. But then I got normal over time. Middle school, I was an average, just a good kid. And that was probably me at my best socially. In middle school, I had a lot of friends, and I had a girlfriend in middle school. She came up to talk to me, and I was always too scared and nervous to like really hang out with her and make a move. So that relationship never went anywhere. So I never got my first kiss or anything. High school went by, things started getting really weird. Like, people mature. There starts being all these like social games, and you have to be able to read these social cues. And I didn't know how to do any of that, so I was single all throughout high school. After high school, I was employed at a job where you don't really talk to people. Then I went through periods of unemployment, and I dropped out of college as well. So I've just never really had the opportunity to be around many women, I guess, in like personal situations. I recently went back to school like about a year ago, and my social skills have improved a lot. I've improved a lot of my anxiety, thanks to like trips that I made, and just pushing myself outside my comfort zone and stuff. So I went back to school, and I'm like, I'm gonna get my first girlfriend. And my experience that I was talking to girls, and I find it really hard to get close to anyone. Like, my social skills are bad. Women will think I'm kind of weird, so then I just back off because that's the last thing I ever want to do. And it just doesn't really work out. Or a girl has a boyfriend or something else. It just doesn't work out. And it's like that, plus everything that happened in the past, and I kind of just give up on the idea. I get so fucking depressed. Like, my heart breaks. And I realize that something's like, is something wrong with me? What is it? Why have I never had a girlfriend? Like, what is wrong with me in particular? Why did I have to struggle with all this while there's other guys that, like, it just happens for them? It seems like it's so natural. It's the easiest thing in the world. You just get in a relationship with someone else. But I've never been intimate with anyone. It's a really strange thing. And, like, I always ask myself, what did I do wrong? Is something wrong with me? I don't know what it is. In one of my classes this semester, there's a girl that I like, right? I've gone to talk to her a few times, and like, she showed a lot of signs that she might like me back. She's gone back to talk to me and stuff. But then nothing came out of it because then I got too scared to like make a deeper move, and now I feel like it would just be weird. So I'm like going to. Now I get this feeling that like love isn't real. I just want to give up on it. It's just so much pain all the time. I feel like I'm never gonna have that. I think one of the main things that I would love in my life though, and that I really want, is just to feel an intimate relationship with someone. Like, that'd be a really big positive. And I don't want to be like weird about it, like, I want a fucking girl. Like, no, but I really want to know what it's like to be intimate and close with someone and feel a sense of belonging. Just have a relationship, because having a relationship with someone, right, a romantic relationship, is one of the main pillars of life. Like, that's what every human kind of wants in some way, right? Unless you're asexual. It's a very important thing. Our job is like to produce, right? And like be in these relationships, deep, meaningful relationships. It's like a big part of it, like marriage, all that shit, you know? I'm not saying this what you're gonna do necessarily, but it's a big part of humans in general, of us. And to have never been in a relationship, you've wondered, like, what the fuck is wrong with me? You know? I just wonder what I did wrong. I'm very anxious. I'm starting to get better about it now. Sometimes I get that doubt and insecurity that something's wrong with me, and then I get really fucking nervous and I don't talk anymore. And I've gotten to a point where I don't believe in love anymore. Maybe it's possible for some people, but maybe it's not possible for me. It's not possible for people that are kind of weird or just grew up different. Because I can't find myself relating to others in a deep way. And love is all about intimacy. And it's so hard for me to be close to anyone.
Other than whatever's delayed dinner, you're having a good day.
Those new phones. Oh gosh, that was funny.
You start day drinking. Oh yeah, you're gonna have a real nice evening.
All those boys were so nice.
Okay, is Stacy around? Did she talk? Or?
They should get a little tip for all they do. And oh no, that's expected.